I forgot the one thing that I was supposed to ask you at the beginning of this podcast. God damn it. I'm going to ask you a question. I just want a yes or no.
Okay.
I just want it to be a yes or no because I think it's yes. During the we could get the announcement anytime.
No.
But during this Rumble pay-per-view,
yes.
Do we get the announcement that next year's Rumble is 2 nights?
No.
Okay.
Because it's in Saudi, I think they're holding off.
Fuck, that's right.
If they weren't in Saudi Arabia, I think they would do it 2 nights.
Do they jump ahead like they have done in the past and say, hey, in 2 years we're going 2 nights?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know if they'd want to announce it that far out because it would take away. Then people would really be like, oh, look, they don't want to do anything with the Saudi Rumble, huh?
Didn't they announce for one of the cities, hey, you're getting a SummerSlam and a Survivor Series in the following year's WrestleMania or something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it certainly could be.
And I would say it even more than WrestleMania. There's not a pay-per-view that makes more sense to go 2 nights than the Royal Rumble.
There really isn't because, I mean, you can have 2 chambers, you can have 2 of everything, 2 Money in the Banks, but really the Rumble is an hour-long match.
But nothing else takes up that much time. Unless you've got a pay-per-view match card that has a Iron Man match on it, there's nothing else that takes up that much time.
Yeah, no, exactly. Not a chance in hell, so.
Anyways, so I think it'll be... Man... Next January is going to be a real interesting conversation.
Yeah, I mean...
It's a year away. I don't want to think about it just yet, but god damn, that's going to be... And you know what? The thing about that conversation is everybody on every side is going to be obnoxious.
They are.
Yep.
Sadly, because people feel right no matter what. I even said to Danny jokingly, she's like, where is it next year? And I was telling her, I said, I wouldn't even hate to go. I said, I'd like to go to Saudi Arabia. If it was feasible money-wise and, fantasy booking myself to travel, obviously, but being able to
Let's
say,
get you to
hey...
Canada first.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, absolutely the plan. But I was like, if I had to go anywhere, Saudi Arabia wouldn't be the worst thing. You got the WWE World, go see some stuff, but, there's obviously a lot that goes with it, so... It's still a risky endeavor. I'm curious now that it's Triple H doing things... And we'll see where his vision goes, but do they continue this partnership after they finish the contract? I don't believe so. Vince was doing it as an extreme influx of money.
Yeah, because WWE's not exactly throwing out the water coolers anymore.
No, but they were also at a point then where they were profitable, but these shows were making them their largest quarters each time, period. Okay. So, something had to change, and Triple H being the one to kind of revamp how things are handled, I'm okay.
I think next year, when they do the Rumble in Saudi, the Rumble winners should get a shot at those big, ugly Saudi world titles.
The crown jewel belts.
Oh my god.
Hey, as long as they're not bringing back the greatest Royal Rumble belt that Braun never defended.
The moldy belt?
And somebody actually said that again on Twitter before. Oh, you got, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Braun Strowman. But they're not, it's not the same name. It's Braun, and Bronson. As where if I told you, hey, I watched a match with Jay on AEW, who am I talking about? Is it Jay White? Is it Jay Lethal? Is it, that kind of thing.
You switched over to a good show and saw Jey Uso.
Which Adam am I talking about?
Okay, now you're doing What Culture stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to What Culture, except for a couple of them. But no, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought now. God damn it.
That's what I'm good for.
It's a long-ass pod we've done.
It is indeed, but, like you said, having a show like that, I think the Rumble would be the best one to have 2 nights. I don't want a 2-night SummerSlam. Mania makes sense.
Yeah.
Even I wouldn't want a 2-night Survivor Series, but 2 nights for the Rumble, 2 nights for Mania. Absolutely.
I don't think they'll do it for Survivor Series because I think out of the big four, I think a lot of people treat Survivor Series like the redheaded stepchild of the big four.
Yeah.
They treat Survivor Series like it's the Sasha Banks of the big four.
Can you blame them?
I'm an asshole. It's fine.
Can you blame them?
Here's the thing. Okay, way off topic now, but we're well off into the pod now. We can do this. When people say, "Oh my God, I'm so sick of the Survivor Series," right? Survivor Series is the most versatile pay-per-view out of all of them. Because there was the time where you had the 4-on-4 matches, like basically you throw two tag teams together against two other tag teams. You had the whole period of time where it was 5-on-5, where it was basically like a captain and they would build their team. You had a whole lot of time where it was Raw versus SmackDown, sometimes versus NXT. You had a couple of them that were just one-night tournaments. And now you've got War Games. So if the next person that tells me, "Oh, I'm so sick of Survivor Series," you're going to have to be real specific. What version of Survivor Series are you sick of? Because it's got the most variety of any pay-per-view.
It really does. And that's the thing. And it's like, oh, God. There is a bit of, like the spice of life and variety, but...
Yeah. Like, they're not going to do a War Games at WrestleMania. Now, Jordan Grace was the one that said... after she was in the Rumble last year, mark my words, there will be an Ultimate X match at WrestleMania. She tweeted it again after the TNA deal.
Yeah.
And she tweeted it again after the news of her finally signing with WWE happened. So an Ultimate X match at WrestleMania is a good shout.
It would not be a bad way to do it, so...
But, I mean, then you'd have to have the X Division title there, and you'd have to have some X Division guys in there. Get the Rascals
that would be
in there.
Incredible. Like you said, X Division at Mania, I'm all for it. That would be
imagine like getting a couple of guys like the Rascals and Ace Austin go down to NXT, pull up like Fraxium, maybe Javon Evans if he has a face by then, even Wes Lee, go to the main roster, get some people like Dragon Lee, maybe a Grayson Waller, maybe Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro from LWO. Like, you could do it. Like, it's not that hard, and you don't need 100 people for an Ultimate X match. Elevation X might be a bit much.
Might be, but
to do the big fucking scaffolding thing, because we don't want to see somebody die at WrestleMania. That's not what we're going for. We almost broke JD's back. Let's everybody calm down a second.